I'm Chris Berman. Up next on ESPN, it's Week 15 and another typically wild season in the NFL. Their stockings are hung by the chimney with care. But which teams are going to find a playoff berth in their stockings? Which will find the dreaded cold? We'll see. But first, an interesting late-season matchup for you on ESPN. Steelers, Giants. Next.
And look at all the happy tailgaters as they get set to cheer for the hometown team. Hi, and welcome to Giant Stadium. I'm Dan Stevens. Peter O'Keefe is with me, ready to share his insight. And Peter, injuries are going to play a key part in this one.
Well, unfortunately, yes, Dan. Hines Ward is playing hurt today, and while you know it's going to affect his performance, the question remains, how much is it going to affect his performance? He's a tough guy, but sometimes there's only so much pain you can handle.
It's heads. It's football.
There's the signal, and we're ready. Bryant kicks it off to begin the game. Paul fields the opening kickoff at the 12. Jukes. Stopped at the 30.
Kevin Falk made a mediocre.
Umeniora sacks him way back at the 25.
Jose Umeniora gets to his man in the backfield for a big loss. I don't know what happened to the protection. Let's have a look.
Behind the original line of scrimmage.
What a way to derail a series from the onset.
Second and Staley will get the handoff and takes it upfield. Peter, unfortunately, we've had some players banged up so far.
Unfortunately.
This pass will fall harmlessly to the ground, and it's incomplete.
Those plays when they come your way.
Gardocki lines up for the punt. Gardocki takes the snap and punts it away. Peterson catches it at the 13. Tackled at the 22. Tomlinson has his number called on first down and passes the line. Brought down at the 27.
Jeremy Shockey delivered the pain on that last play with a key block. Hey, forget the dentist. I'm afraid of this guy.
They move the ball. Manning throws a heater right sideline, and the reception's made at the 37. Chased down at the 39. It will be first down.
Jeremy Shockey shows how to play ball in the NFL. He makes the catch and then works for more yards. That's the kind of player you get.
Tomlinson gets the toss and runs into traffic. Manning zings it to the right side. Tomlinson takes the catch out to the left, and he will be well short of the markers. It'll be fourth down. Fields takes the long snap and kicks what will be a short one. Townsend fields the short punt at the 12, goes in motion. Harry hauls it in right side and is well past the markers for a first down.
Bernard Berrien plays this one perfectly, getting himself to the right place at the right time to make the catch. The defense should be embarrassed that they let this one.
Roethlisberger throws a bullet to the flat, and it's caught at the 34, pushed out at the 40. Stoutmire rips him down. Gardocki gets the snap and punts it away. Peterson fields the punt at the 25. Tomlinson gets the handoff and heads out right. One man to beat. Eventually shoved out at the 48. That will bring up first down. Tomlinson didn't haul that one in, and it falls incomplete. Manning throws a bullet, and it is not reeled in. Incomplete. Hilliard grabs the bullet, and they get the first on 3rd and long.
Eli Manning launches this one perfectly, and the D was nowhere to be found.
You got that right. Missed coverage all coach that. Tomlinson takes it across the...
We're hoping for more.
Makes the nice catch, and that's good for a gain of 5. Haggins tackles him behind Allen, and the field goal unit is on the field. Bryant with the 45-yard attempt, and they take the lead. Signal, and we're ready. Bryant rockets this one deep. Varian downs this in the end zone for a touchback. Goes in motion. Staley's
Expecting that, and they go to nickel.
Roethlisberger rifles it out left side, and it's tipped. Randall grabs the fastball over the middle, and they get the first on 3rd and long. Varian catches it in the flat and picks up maybe a yard. Roethlisberger throws a bullet to the flat, and it's complete at the 43. Forced out at the 48. Hammond, defensive coordinator, he almost gave it up.
Yeah, but they didn't let him convert. It's still going to go to 4th down.
4th and short. Peterson catches it at the 16. Duration before half, and will start this drive at their own 18-yard line. Manning floats this one out to the right sidelines, and it's tipped on top of it and shut it down.
Good denial there.
2nd down coming up. Tomlinson carries it for the 6th time and will gain close to 6. Tomlinson. Porter. Tomlinson gets the call on 2nd down and heads wide left. Tackle. The Giants. No good. Manning throws a heater right sideline. Game. Tomlinson loses 2, and that brings up 4th down.
Okay, Dana, we'll get back to you guys in a moment. Welcome, everybody, to the ESPN Halftime Show. I'm Chris Berman. Now let's take a look at the halftime stats. And boy, look at the difference in rushing yards. The Giants should be way ahead on the scoreboard, but somehow they've let their opponent hang with them. Let's see if they can change things in the second half. Let's get started in this one early in the first quarter. Ben Roethlisberger connected with his man on this one. Giants midway through the first, Jeremy Shockey ran a terrific route here and was able to pull this one in. Steelers towards the end of the first quarter, Ben Roethlisberger would drop back and deliver a strike on this one. Giants middle of the second, Matt Bryant is going to try to dial one in from very long distance. Plenty of leg to it though. It's good. A 46-yard field goal. Giants ahead 3-0. Then Roethlisberger would find his target on this one. Giants late in the second quarter, LaDainian Tomlinson bounces this one to the outside and is going to get some room to maneuver out there. And that's where we'll leave this one. Giants are holding on to a lead 3-0. Today's halftime hero has turned in an incredible performance thus far. LaDainian Tomlinson has been unstoppable. And now let's return to the second half with Dan Stevens and Peter O'Keefe.
Thanks, Boomer, and welcome back to our broadcast presented in ESPN Game Sound. Reed boots the second half kickoff away. Joyce decides to take it out of the end zone. Stopped at the 24. Peter, it looks like the playoff race is shaping up.
Well, it sure is, Dan.
Tomlinson takes his 10th carry of the game and heads upfield, eventually tackled at the 35. It will be first down. Porter. Manning fires this one open.
That's exactly what you want to do.
Fields lines up for the punt. Fields takes the snap and kicks what will be a short one. Townsend fields the short punt of their offense recently, and we'll see if they can get back on track here. This drive. Staley picked up about 7, and that brings up. Staley gets the call again and heads out right. No dice, and Staley will take the handoff and heads left. Farmer catches it left sideline and is at the 25. Eventually pushed out of bounds at the 15. It will be first down.
Danny Farmer will not take no for an answer. Watch this play where he makes the catch and then knifes ahead for plenty more.
A beautiful pickup.
Versus a D that is wisely loaded up on DBs.
Randall L. didn't
Give you this kind of situation.
Roethlisberger throws a big rainbow here, and it is not reeled in. Incomplete.
William P. just trying to get some yards out of it, not necessarily the first.
And now they face a fourth down. Reed kicks it off. Joyce catches it back at the 1. Tackled at the 24. 24-yard line. Tomlinson will get the carry on first. Tomlinson is at the 40, 45, 35, 25, 10. He's in for the touchdown.
Touchdown, Giants.
LaDainian Tomlinson finds the hole on this one and gains some good yardage. Wow, great blocking on that play.
He gets the touchdown off a nice play, fans the signal, and we're set. Bryant kicks this one away. Varian fields the kickoff at the 9. Another move. Well, Peter, some interesting information up on the screen.
Oh, you bet. Not a lot of efficiency there, and when they do score...
Point. We'll see what they call on this drive as they start at their own 25-yard line. Finally stopped at the 36. That will bring up first down.
Ben Roethlisberger does a little last-minute razzle-dazzle here, and he gets some yards.
Umeniora sacks him way back at the 30.
O.C. Umeniora forced the offense back a few yards with a terrific sack in the backfield back there.
That sack will give him a total of 3 on the day. What a performance. And that'll do it for the third quarter. The Giants are out in front 10-3. Roethlisberger throws a heater, and it's tipped. Barry makes the catch on the right sideline, and the ball's loose. One man to beat, no one in front of him. Touchdown!
Touchdown, Giants.
Omar Stoudemire gets in there and jars that ball loose. It's picked up by the defense, and they hustle it all the way downfield for the touchdown. Man, you cannot coach that.
Peter, he gets his first forced fumble of the day, and it seemed to me that he was looking for that since the first snap.
Yeah, he's been going.
Is not happy with that call, and he's going to challenge it.
Hey, we want a challenge.
Pittsburgh is challenging whether the player had possession prior to the fumble.
This is their first challenge of the game, and even if they lose this one, they still have one challenge left.
Well, Dan, we've got to see if the receiver established possession before he lost the ball. Remember, he has to have full control of it. Well, it doesn't look like he had possession, Dan. I'd call it an incompletion and overturn it.
After review, the play has been ruled an incomplete pass. The receiver did not have possession of the ball prior to the fumble. Pittsburgh will not be charged with timeout. Fourth down.
He likes the call, and you sort of have a feeling that he knew it all along. Bardaki takes the long snap and punts it away. Peterson fields the punt at the 35. Townsend tackles him behind the line of scrimmage. Johnson will get the carry on second down and will gain close to 6.
Townsend with the tackle.
LaDainian Tomlinson has taken it to the offense, sure enough, but you have to credit him for that huge run he broke off earlier. Real dangerous as soon as he gets past the line. I like his numbers here. So far, he's racked up 145 yards and 1 touchdown.
Takes him down back at the Fields, gets the ball and pummels this one deep. Staley gets past the line and gains about 3 yards. Randall didn't
Fight through the slope and grab one to get rolling again.
Bardaki gets the snap and punts it away. Peterson gets it at the 47. Tackled at the 40. Tomlinson carries this one off to the right and picks up the first down. Tomlinson takes his 19th carry of the game. Tomlinson carries it for the 4th straight time and gets the first.
Okay, Dan, thank you very much. And let's welcome all of you back to the studio. I'm Chris Berman here to bring you our ESPN Video Games post-game wrap-up. The Giants stepped it up for sure, putting up some good numbers. We'll pick up the action midway through the third quarter. Number 11 had to work to find an opening, but he was able to haul this one in. That set up a 40-yard field goal. The Steelers knotted up 3-all. The Giants answer right back. LaDainian Tomlinson took this one right up the gut. Look at the burst as he busts into the secondary. There he goes. A 72-yard touchdown for the Giants. And that's where we'll leave this one. Giants edge out a win 10-3. Now let's talk to a player who was instrumental in their dominant running game and is our player of the game. LaDainian Tomlinson is standing by with Susie Colbert. Suze?
Thanks, Chris. You played brilliantly, and you edged them out in a hard-fought game. What made the difference for you guys to come out triumphant today?
First off, I'd like to give it up to the fans. They were big for us at this game today. Man, we just fed off their energy, and they fed off ours. I'd like to give it up to all the fans out there.
Chris, back to you.
Thanks for tuning into ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports for 25 years and counting. I'm Chris Berman. We'll see you next time. I'm Chris Berman. Well, let's get straight to the action. In our first game this week, we had the Redskins stroll away with a 14-point win. The Bears won this contest, but will stay at the 4th place in the NFC North. Andre Davis stepped it up this week and gave his team some added firepower for the win. Chad Johnson nabbed 2 touchdown passes and helped his Bengals beat the Bills. Steelers, Giants. Beat the LaDainian Tomlinson come up with a big play here as he gets the carry and has clear sailing ahead. The Giants go on to win this by the final score of 10-3. In a long-standing NFC rivalry, we had the Panthers pick up their 8th win of the year. Up in the Motor City, Detroit, we had the Lions come away with a decisive 10-point win. Down in Tampa, we had the Buccaneers squeak to a 1-point victory. Jaguars, Packers, victory. Fred Taylor is always a threat. They're at the 1-yard line and boom, 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 touchdown. The Jaguars win this one by the final score of 21-14. We had an interesting free agency pickup of note here. Trey's got the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Chris. Let's switch gears and talk about players that'll have new homes in the National Football League, as free agency continues to play such a huge role in determining a team's makeup. This guy will be moving on from his current address, and he gets a pretty good deal to do it. 4 years, $1.4 million. This guy will be on the move. You see it there. He'll be getting a nice little payday, too. 5 years, $1.3 million.
The Patriots defense held their opponents to under 100 passing yards in their win at Pro Player Stadium. The Eagles won decisively at home, but will take to the road next week to meet the Rams. Titans, Raiders. To meet Rich Loose Gannon is in the end zone from the 11-yard line. And now Stutter Steps goes across the middle. Beautiful pass, touchdown. The Raiders win this one by the final score of 20-14. We had a big injury in this one, and Trey has the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Chris, thanks. This week had some big injuries, and we'll get to all of them, but we're going to start right here. Barrett Robbins sticks out on this list as one of the more costly injuries. A hairline fracture of the arm is the initial report, and the doctors are saying he'll be out for the rest of the regular season. Now, on to even bigger news, as you may have already heard. Rich Gannon was put on injured reserve after the ballgame, so now they'll have to make do without their team leader for the rest of the year. So that'll do it for now. Chris, let's send it back to you.
The Seahawks lost this one, but will stay at number 1 in the NFC West. Marshall Faulk was responsible for over 150 yards rushing and helped his Rams beat the Cardinals. Broncos, Chiefs. For over Priest Holmes is such a tough runner. Split the backfield at the 35-yard line, and look at him stiff-arm that defender, and it opens up the hole for a touchdown. The Chiefs go on to win this by the final score of 24-14. And last but not least, we had the Colts come away victorious.
All right, Chris, thanks. Just 2 weeks to go until the playoffs arrive, and just as we do every year, we're looking at a number of interesting races as teams jockey for position. We'll start it out in the AFC. Meanwhile, over in the NFC, the playoff picture looks like this. So that's how we stand to this point. Still lots of jockeying left to go as we get this thing sorted out for January. And that'll do it from here. Chris, let's send it back over to you.
So with just 2 weeks to go now, still plenty to be decided before January rolls around. But first, my primetime players' game balls go out to these men, each helping their team down the stretch. That'll do it, sports fans. I'm Chris Berman, and thanks so much for joining us here in the Bristol studios. We'll see you next week right here on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.